Morning guys, Saturday morning, lovely out here, nice and warm. It's a bit of a breeze now and again, but it's warm. And hope everybody's having a decent Saturday, or a start to, or you may be into your Saturday, or ending your Saturday even. I hope it was a good one, or you're looking forward to a decent Saturday. Decent weekend, right? Make it a good one. I wanted to, well, first off, I was kind of proud of myself because I was going into anger, which was leading to rage, and I'll tell you why. But I pulled myself out of it. Well, I didn't. My youngest daughter did, without even knowing it. But about 2 weeks ago, my wife comes and says to me, "Oh, we're getting on with this financial fella." Because he wants to tell us about how kind of savings policies that we put together, because I had no pension going whatsoever. I work and all, but I wouldn't have got a government pension because I've had businesses and that, and well, we didn't know. So we went to this company called Fellowship Financial in Central Florida. I won't mention the guy's name who runs it or owns it or anything like that. You can look him up. Fellowship Financial. And what happened was, about 15, 16 years ago, we get with that guy and we wanted to start investing some money so that we got something to retire on. Which I probably, now found this job that I got now, I'm probably never going to retire because I love it so much and I can do it until I go in the ground, basically. All the while I got my marbles. But so I can keep on going with mine, but you still want to have a pension there. I'll still be drawing a pension while I'm doing that work. So, but anyway, about 15, 16 years ago, I can't remember how long ago now, but it was around about there. We get with this guy and he starts telling us, what we will be getting at the end of retirement. It all sounded good, and how as the interest rates fluctuate and go up, that we will gain that interest, which when the markets went up, right, interest rates went all up too. And he was saying that, you won't go below 6%, even if the markets drop below that, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh shit. But it just, I don't know. So, and I kept on asking questions because it just didn't sound, I'm not a financial guy at all. I don't know anything about financials. If I got something I got to sort out like that, pensions or whatever, I go to someone that knows the market and knows the inside outs, and because I don't. So I remember sitting at the table with this guy. A couple of times we did it with this guy. We had to go over there, and I remember keep saying it. So we get there and yeah. And he's explaining, spoke a good game. But then all of a sudden, my wife gets a call from this young guy, another financial guy, and he says, "Hey, I want to look at your, if you don't mind, I'd like to look at your financials, etc." Now this guy, I'm probably going to say this wrong, I hope I don't, but is a fiduciary. I think that's right. That sounds right, actually. He's a fiduciary. So if you're going with a financial guy with your best interest, get a fiduciary, because they don't have any links to anybody. They pretty much have to go through, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Morning. They pretty much have to go through quite a rigorous extra training than the guy that we had, or have at the minute. And there's a whole program of things that they have to go through. They're much higher, and they pretty much are really working for your best interest. So what they do is they look at what you got and everything, and then you tell them what you need, what you're looking for, and then they will work to get you where you want to be, like in the future. So anyway, this young fella calls and basically says, he's basically saying to us, we haven't got what we thought we had. So I get on the call with this guy too, my wife and I, we get on the call and he starts explaining things. Turns out, we would have been in the shit. Now, remember, this is 15, 16 years ago, and we've been like investing in, yeah? And it's not a small amount of money that we're out, by any means. That would have been our retirement. And yeah, we'll get something, but probably what we paid in. Might as well just paid it into a bank and got the, you know, it blows my mind that there is people out there, because this guy, like I said to this young fella on the phone, because I was starting to get annoyed on the phone, on the Zoom, sorry, it was on Zoom, and I was starting to get annoyed on there. And I looked at him, and he ain't going to throw anybody under the bus, but I looked at him, I said, so we've had smoke blown up our ass all these years. And he just looked and kind of didn't say really, I know what that means. So, this for young, thank God my wife picked up the phone, because normally we get so much shit phone calls that we just let them go to the bloody voicemail, and if we want to call them back, we'll call them back, but my wife had to pick up the phone and talk to this guy, and thank God she did. So, of course, you can imagine someone with anger and rage. I started to get a bit annoyed, and anyway, I got myself calmed down from about a week ago. We spoke to that fella. So then yesterday, because what we had to do, he had to call through to the company that the investment's with, not the financial guy, the actual company that he's dealing with our financial. So he had to get hold of them, and he had to ask for something, which means they release the information for what years you ask for, so that you know what you're getting, what you have, what you know, etc., etc. The details, basically. Morning.
Good morning.
And so he gets on with them, and then they had to ask me some questions to make sure it was me, and that release information to my wife, because my wife does all the financial stuff. She's brilliant at it. And then if I need to get pulled in, she'll pull me in, and you know, we do what we have to do. But anyway, it turns out this company so far hasn't got the information to us. So now my wife comes up to me yesterday, and I'm actually having a decent day yesterday, because I've had 3 weeks of kind of wobbles here and there, and yesterday I was actually like, yeah, you know those days when you're like, whew, hang on a minute, my mind feels good, I'm feeling good, everything seems to be rosy, everything seems to be tipped up. Morning. And my wife comes up, she goes, oh, and I thought she was going to give me some, you know, decent information or whatever. Will you be able to get on the phone with somebody? I'm like, for what? And bearing in mind, I'm in good mind. And she goes, well, and then as soon as she started mentioning this bloody financial company again, this Fellowship Financial, that started coming to mind. My anger started to go up. And, which I know I've got anger work to do. And I said to my wife, I don't know, I ain't doing it today. Because it meant I was going to have to get on the phone with these people, and it was a trigger. Because it wasn't the company that the money's invested with that's the problem. It's this guy, this other guy. And so I started to get triggered. I started to get mad. I could feel my anger coming up. Basically said to my wife, I'm not angry at you. I said, I'm a bit disappointed because I was in a decent space, and now I'm bloody starting to get angry. And it was building. And the more I go on, the more it builds. So as it was building, I heard my wife went back downstairs. I'm mad. And I hear my daughter come in, and she saved the day. I told her to. She saved the day, because she's been waiting. There's this fella on the scene. This is my youngest daughter, and there's this fella on the scene, and it's all evolving around prom and them who going to prom. My daughter and this fella going to prom, and they want to go together to prom, and we didn't think he was going to be able to make it, but she got the all clear yesterday, so they're both going to prom, and I was well happy for them because my oldest daughter missed out because of COVID on her last prom. Not that this is my daughter's last prom, my youngest daughter, but my oldest daughter, pretty much, we had to throw a party at home because they had all, you know how it was. Anyway, I don't have to explain that side. But, so I was well happy, so I ended up running downstairs and I ended up talking to my daughter and being happy about what was happening with her, and it calmed my anger down. And I was able to keep it off. I kind of pushed it away because I said to my wife, I said, do we have to really do this today? She goes, well, we have Monday. And I said, right, I'll do it Monday. And I mean, that's the deadline, Monday, for getting this bloody done. But because we're gonna, that's it with this guy, this fellowship financial. You got to be kidding me. And then we got a hold of, it's actually one of my wife's best friends who told us about this guy, and she's been done and all, not getting what she thought she was getting. Again, been investing for years. You think you're bloody, you know, someone's got your best interest. I could never do that to any of my guys. I mean, it's just freaking disgusting, man. Robbing people. I mean, yeah, you want to get paid. Of course, you got to make a living. It's your time at the end of the day, and time is currency. But you know, at what point is enough? Why rob people? And this guy blatantly knows what he's doing and taking advantage of the fact that we don't know what we're doing. And it's, God, it really, it wound me right up, because I don't like hearing it anyway when people get taken. But you know, that's in my yard now as well. And the fact that we could have retired and not really been able to live off it. Absolutely crazy to me. You know, anyway, so I'm pretty proud of myself that I pulled myself out of the anger, because I don't turn into this guy if I get to that point. If I go above that and I click, I don't like that guy. And of course I go into wanting to sort things out my way, it can't be done. So if anybody knows of this company, don't go with them. Spread the bloody word, because there's only one way to go after someone like that. That's in the pocket, in the bank. And this guy don't deserve what he's getting, sitting there with a grin. Fellowship Financial. Go and check them out. Namaste, guys.